are you guys doing to me by making me watch these things?
Oh, Marilyn's like, yes! This could be studied in university. I mean, she was a beacon. Like, she was a beacon. Like, you know, come get me. I'm this beautiful, innocent, amazing, loving soul. Come and corrupt me. Why is she in my brain? I'm not going to get too personal, but just picture this. I'm in therapy. We are finally here. We are watching the music videos, or should I say short films, really, for Paradise, Born to Die Paradise EP, I guess it is. I've been so nervous. I've been so nervous, but also excited. I get nervous because I don't know. I want to do a good job for you guys. I know that's silly. I know I get all the comments that are like, we're loving what you're doing. Just relax and enjoy. And I'm trying. I'm trying, but I do get nervous because I know how it is. I'm kind of a Taylor Swift fan where I really want people to, when I'm like bringing things to someone, I really want them to get it and to like it. And so, yeah, there's this little butterflies in my stomach sometimes that I want to make you guys happy. But I am enjoying it. I really truly am. I think I would enjoy it more if I relax. So this is me telling my like psyche to just chill out and relax, go for the ride. Hello, my name is Bel. Welcome to Passion Dump of an Autist. If you're new here, if you're not new, then welcome back and thank you so much for your continued support. It means everything. Please like, share, comment, whatever you'd like to do. That would be great. I also have a Patreon and I have dogs. You can probably hear growling in the back, but that's okay. We love them. I have a Patreon where I put my uncut reactions. We also like to chat, especially about Lana right now. I think a lot of the group that are there are Lana centered. So if you're into Lana stuff, then check out the link in the bio. Oh my goodness, we're at the freaking beginning and we're already struggling. This is Pearl. She's usually the one making the noise and making the ruckus. She's a rescue, and I'm actually her third owner, if you can believe it. She's the cutest thing ever. I don't know why anyone would give her up. Probably because she makes a ruckus, but we love her anyway. Okay, let's get to it. I do want to address one thing, a little disclaimer before the video. I was given a heads up by one of my subscribers on my last Lana video, which I actually really appreciate, because then I'm able to digest the content kind of already. It's not going to have like a shock value in my head, which I don't think it was meant to do. But that is that apparently, and again, you guys have all seen it, so you know exactly what I'm talking about, but apparently she does wear a native headdress. And yeah, I think not knowing any context, not knowing anything, it being 2024, my first instinct would be to be like, oh, that's weird, or that's strange, like why? I like to know the context. I do think life is nuanced, but yes, it would have given a little bit of a shock value to me. It's not something that I would do, but again, I don't have a connection. So yeah, it would be incredibly disrespectful for someone like me to do that. And I don't know exactly the connection, but it sounds like from the little bit of research that I have done, she, first of all, did apologize for people kind of misconstruing, is that the word? Yeah. And kind of misunderstanding her meaning of using it. And, you know, I think she has had ties with helping the Navajo Nation, and it sounds like to me she deeply respects and there's a lot of love there from what I could see. So anyways, my point to all that, it's not for me to judge anyway, to be honest. I don't know enough about it. I don't know the context. I don't know the nuances. So I'm not going to judge it anyway. But I just wanted to put it out of the way so we can just watch the video and it not, you know, it not, like, this is the discussion. This is it. This is done. It's 2024. This was 2012. she has a different context, and that's okay. We can still enjoy the art, if that makes sense. And that's all I'm going to say on it. Beautiful landscape. Kind of looks like almost like 70s film vibe.
I was in the winter of my life, and the men I met along the road were my only
Why do we
summer.
have French subtitles? Hold on. Can we have English? Oh man. I guess we'll turn them off. I personally, because I'm a delayed processor, auditory processor, I do like to have subtitles on. Already, like the main thing that I've gotten out of rides so far is just that sense of escapism, and already we're seeing that. Look how free she is. How joyful she is.
I was in the winter of my life, and the men I met along the road were my only summer. At night, I fell asleep with visions of myself dancing and laughing and crying with them. 3 years down the line of being on an endless world tour, and my memories of them were the only things that sustained me, and my only real happy times.
I'm already getting emotional.
I was a singer, not a very popular one. I once had dreams of becoming a beautiful poet, but upon an unfortunate series of events,
I'm already done for. It's interesting because I love the way that this is framed, because from what I've heard from you guys, and I'm really excited to get there, she, throughout these albums, and we'll see, like, you will watch me make these discoveries firsthand, obviously. But it sounds like she makes quite a journey, as we all do, right, in our lives, especially people who care to grow and, like, really live life and really try to grow and learn from things and just enjoy life as much as you possibly can. It sounds like she's transformed from what I'm seeing here is obviously, we're already seeing that theme of her finding happiness in other people, which always strikes a nerve with me. And I never want you to think I'm judgmental about that, because I'm not. It strikes a nerve because I've lived most of my life that way, and I'm 37, so I think I'm a similar age to her, I believe. Yeah, I totally get where she's coming from, and there's absolutely no judgment. But as someone who has walked the journey and then now looking back at Lana in 2012, it would be the same thing if we looked at Val in 2012. It would be, actually, it might even be more of a mess in some ways. Yeah, that would be interesting. I can't imagine being her and looking back on it, like she's got this time capsule. Anyways, my point is that yes, we can understand that maybe that's a bit like, you can look at that and be like, oh, she's finding happiness in other people. But the way she's framing this in this poem or monologue, whatever this is, it's sweet. It's lovable. It's unapologetic about it. It's like self-aware. Like, I know that my happiness was tied to these men, but when I think back on it and those beautiful memories, it makes me happy. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's very self-aware and it's very beautiful. And I'm so excited to see her journey, because as I know a lot of you guys have seen, that I very much resonate with who she is. And then, oh, I'm getting emotional just even thinking about talking about it. Seeing this part where she's like, I'm a singer, but not a very big one. I pushed a lot of painful feelings I had about the entertainment industry. I've pushed them down for a lot of years. So I was a professional singer, dancer, actor, not doing what she was doing. I was doing musical theater, which is very different, but, you know, still entertainment industry, still living the starving artist life. And I, as an undiagnosed, because at that time I had no idea what was going on with me, I was an undiagnosed autistic ADHD person with severe anxiety and depression, mostly because I was undiagnosed and didn't know like what was going on with me, my body, my brain. Anyways, I saved myself. I quit the thing that I love the most. As you can see, I love music. I think it's pretty fucking obvious when you watch my channel how much music and art means to me. So you can understand how difficult that decision. I'm sorry, I'm making this all about me. I know we're here to watch Lana, but it's just, I'm just relating to it, and I'm trying to make a connection with you all and explain to you why I'm relating to it, I guess. And I know I shouldn't apologize for that, but I feel bad if you came here to watch me watch Ride, and we've watched a minute of it. What I was trying to say is, I think you can imagine how hard that must have been to literally quit the thing that I love most in the world, the thing I'm most passionate about. And I quit for my mental health. I saved myself, because if I didn't, I don't know what would have happened to me. I don't know if I would be alive, to be honest. It was too much for me in my 20s, and I didn't know who I was. I didn't love myself, and I don't know what kind of choices I would have made. So the strongest thing in that moment that I could have done for myself, and I love myself for doing it, was to quit the thing that I love most in the world. I haven't dealt with those emotions, because the only way that I could, you see how open-hearted I am, how open with my emotions I am, and that is true. This though, this is cutting deep, because this one thing I did suppress, and I did push down, and I didn't feel, and I didn't let myself feel, because I couldn't. I wasn't ready. It was too painful. And here we are in 2024, in basically a freaking therapy session with Lana. I know I'm not the only one. But I am putting it on the internet, so it's weird. It feels weird to me. We're gonna get through this, I promise. We are.
I was a singer, not a very popular one. I once had dreams of becoming a beautiful poet, but upon an unfortunate series of events, saw those dreams dashed and divided like a million stars in the night sky that I wished on over and over again, sparkling and broken. But I didn't really mind it, because I knew that it takes getting everything you ever wanted and then losing it to know what true freedom is.
Oh.
When the people I used to know found out what I had been doing, how I had been living, they asked me why. But there's no use in talking to people who have a home. They have no idea what it's like to seek safety in other people, for home to be wherever you lie your head. I was always an unusual girl. My mother told me I had a chameleon soul, no moral compass pointing due north, no fixed
I still can't get over that line that was like, oh, it takes something about having everything you've ever wanted and then having it taken away from you to know true freedom. Also, this talk of home. Yeah. I get that. That's all I'm gonna say.
My mother told me I had a chameleon soul, no moral compass pointing due north, no fixed personality, just an inner indecisiveness that was as wide and as wavering.
No, she's
as
just
the
an
ocean.
artist. She's just an artist.
And
Her mom
if I
clearly
said I
didn't
didn't plan for
appreciate
it to turn out this way, I'd be lying. Because I was born to be the other woman, who belonged to no one, who belonged to everyone, who had nothing, who wanted everything. With a fire for every experience and an obsession for freedom that terrified me to the point that I couldn't even talk about, and pushed me to a nomadic point of madness that both dazzled and dizzied me.
That kind of feeling so on the outside, feeling so alone, feeling like, you know, you don't belong to anybody, but you also belong to everybody. It's like she's writing out of my brain. It's like she's in my brain, but also just coming up with concepts that my brain could maybe never think of, and saying it in a beautiful, succinct, poetic way. And I'm speechless. We haven't even got to the freaking song. I wish we could just watch that over and over again. I'm sure some of you would be okay with that, but we're not. We're gonna move on. She's gorgeous.
I've been out on that open road.
I was wondering, I would love to get her take, and maybe you guys know, because maybe she's talked about it in an interview, I don't know. I'd be interested to know what performing means to her. Yeah, I don't know. Because for me, because I felt all those things that she was talking about, you know, not feeling super connected, feeling like kind of a lone wolf in a way is kind of what I was getting from her. And that's definitely how I feel. Just in life, I've always felt like a lone wolf. I'm not to say that there haven't been people who have loved me, and of course I have felt love in all the forms, friendships, romantic, you know, parental. I have, but I don't know. I think you get it, especially if you're neurodivergent. You probably get it. Like, it's like a black sheep thing, just feeling different, I guess, from everybody. And anyways, performing for me, I think I felt very connected, especially, you know, because I was a stage actor, and there's this special connection that you feel when you're on stage. It's like this rush of dopamine that you get, and you just feel so connected to like hundreds of people. And it's an amazing feeling. I was addicted to it. So I'm just curious what she feels about performing and connecting with the audience, because she certainly does connect in the stuff that I've seen so far. Yeah, I'd just be interested in that. Let me know if there's an interview or something of her talking about that.
You can be my full-time daddy while I'm gone.
And of course, all the older
Singing
men.
blues has been getting old.
Again, she's looking at it
You
in
can
a
be
positive
my
light,
full-time baby, hot or cold.
which I think is very
Don't
empowering,
break
actually.
me down. I've been traveling too long.
And again, her with the, I know I'm stopping it a million times. Sue me. That's all I'm gonna say to anyone that's annoyed by it. I'm not your reactor. I'm sorry to tell you I'm not for you, and that's okay. I'm not gonna be for everybody. I get it. I can't apologize for it though, because it's just how my brain works and it's how I'm gonna do, and that's it. I'm gonna try not to disclaim that, but I feel like I'm at such a beginning part of my channel journey, and we're getting so many new people on board literally daily, so I'm sorry for the people who are already on board and you have to listen to me do these disclaimers. But yeah, I know, I stop a lot. What are you gonna do? Don't watch it. I'm not for you. There's so many reactors out there that are absolutely amazing, and yeah, you don't need my content, and that's okay. That's okay. What I was saying about the American flag, like, you know, seeing it, her holding it, and it, anyways, obviously that's a huge theme in this album is patriotism and but like, what I've been trying to really figure out what that means, and I know on a surface level, like, you could say like it means freedom, but not even on the surface, like it really deeply it means freedom. Do you know what I mean by that? Am I making any sense? Yes, we associate freedom with America, but like someone like her who has, you know, been to the lowest low, has like, you know, lived the starving artist life in a trailer park and, you know, hanging out with rough people and whatever, has seen the darker side of life. That gives hope. There's hope. And hope is a beautiful thing. So to me, America, freedom, yeah, it doesn't just mean freedom in like America, freedom, like what we always associate. No, like really, it's freedom. It's being able to have an opportunity. It's hope. It's hope. Having an opportunity for a life that's different and abundant and beautiful, and just having that hope that that could be something that could happen, which is beautiful, because so many times we can, and I do this because I don't want to get too political, but I'm not capitalism's best friend, okay? I will just say that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not super into capitalism, okay? I understand that that's what we're doing. This is what we're doing right now. So I participate. Of course, I'm working. I'm making money. I have a freaking Patreon. Yes, please come give me money to watch me react to these things. Yes, I would be a hypocrite. You know, like, we do what we do to survive and live, and I get that. But I will say I'm not the biggest fan of what we got going on here, okay? I don't have the solution. I'm not a politician. Thank God. I feel like you have to be somewhat of a not great person to get there, and I don't want to be. I don't want to sell my soul. Sorry, I don't want to sell my... I'm getting too political. Stop it. Stop it. What my point to all of that is, like, you have to understand my position to understand how I'm appreciating this, is that she's bringing light to something that is toxic. It just is. And to me, a lot of it lives very toxic in my soul. Like, it makes me angry. I sit in this anger sometimes of what's going on in this world. And she is bringing hope back. She's going, yeah, sure. There's good and bad. There's light and dark. There's black and white to everything, right? But there's hope in it too. There is hope. And that's beautiful. It's a reframing. It's a reframing in the mind, and that's profound. Or that's what I'm getting. Maybe I'm just like woo-woo out here on my own interpreting this. And you guys are like, it's not that serious.
I hear the birds
Red
on
dress.
the summer breeze. fast. I am alone at midnight. Been trying hard not to get into trouble, but I got a war in my mind.
It's the childlike, you know? She has this beautiful childlike innocence about her, and I don't mean immaturity. I mean like beautiful soul. I mean like young heart. Free soul. Yeah, anyways. Sorry. This is exactly what I pictured when I was first hearing this song. To be honest, like this scene, this is exactly what I pictured.
Young and playing hard. Don't leave me now. Don't say goodbye.
I'm sorry. I know. I'll stop. But like, tell me why he had a 13 on his biker jacket and I instantly went, oh my God, he's a Swiftie. I'm sorry. I know most of you are not Swifties, but for the Swiftie, if I do have like one Swiftie out there, fellow Swiftie in my community, can you please comment? Because tell me why I instantly thought he must be a Swiftie. Somebody out there will get it, okay? Everyone else will think I'm just gone.
Don't turn around. Leave me high and dry.
Beautiful.
I hear the birds on the summer breeze. I drive fast. I am alone at midnight. I just ride. Just ride. I just ride. Just I'm tired of feeling like I'm fucking crazy. I'm tired of driving till I see stars in my eyes. I just ride. Hear the birds on the summer breeze. I drive fast. I am alone in midnight. Been trying hard.
Again, oh, by the way, I found a different word, so we don't have to use the word juxtaposition all the time, because I can't say that word all the time, because it was just annoying me, and it was probably annoying you, but it was the only way I knew to describe that. The fact that she plays with these opposites all the time. Anyways, the word is dichotomy. So if you've never heard of that word, new word for you, dichotomy, it's similar. So I can use it in the same way. So what I was going to say, the way she plays with the dichotomies of these different almost characters or personas or masks, if you will. We all kind of have masks and different hats that we put on as humans depending on what situation we're in. So she's got like the gas station, almost like trailer park, you know, for lack of a better, well, like, yeah, exactly what she's showing in here. Okay, like her at the gas station with the cigarette, with the biker, like there's that, but then there's this like very glamorous dream like lounge singer version of Lana as well, and they're both valid. They're both Lana. They're both different parts of her, and that's okay. And I just think it's really cool that she plays with those dichotomies.
I've got a war in my mind. Just ride.
War in my mind.
Just ride. I just ride.
Part of that representation of like the war in her mind, this is like going out on a limb a bit, because I think there is like a more personal aspect of the war in my mind, of course, but I also, and I picked this up before, right? I've said this a few times, is this identity seeking, which obviously as humans, most of us go through, especially in our 20s. It's like no one knows who the frick they are, right? And if you do, good on you. That's amazing. You probably grew up in a really healthy, stable family, and that's amazing. That's amazing. But most of us, a lot of us, it's a lifetime of identity seeking, identity making, just like who am I? And usually the answer is you're all of them. Like those are all parts of you. But I just think it's interesting that is kind of a theme that I'm seeing in this. Again, those dichotomies between the two is really telling.
I'm tired of driving till I see stars in my eyes. I've got to keep myself saying, baby,
What does she say there? I'm tired of driving till I see stars in my eyes. Again, like seeking. I didn't pick up on that lyric until now, for some reason. Beautiful. I'm sure I'll have many more of those moments, but yeah, like searching, chasing something that'll bring her out of this like pain and misery. Just always chasing, looking for the shiny thing, right?
I just ride.
I'm back on the swing. That looks so fun.
Every night I used to pray that I'd find my people. And finally, I did. On the open road. We had nothing to lose, nothing to gain.
It's like, this is kind of like, woo-woo spiritual, but like I've heard people talk about like finding your soul family. And it just reminded me of that.
Nothing we desired anymore. Except to make our lives into a work of art. Live fast. Die young. Be wild. And have fun.
Yeah.
I believe in the country America used to be. I believe in the person I want to become. I believe in the freedom of the open road.
Yep.
And my motto is the same as ever. I believe in the kindness of strangers. And when I'm at war with myself, I ride. I just ride. Who are you? Are you in touch with all of your darkest fantasies? Have you created a life for yourself where you can experience them? I have. I am fucking crazy. But I am free.
God, what are you guys doing to me by making me watch these things? That was beautiful. That really touched me. I really needed to watch that. You guys knew, eh? You knew. You knew what that was gonna do to me. Oh, you fuckers. I mean that with love. I know you know that. Sorry, I needed to make myself laugh after that. You probably realized that. Yeah, that really hit me. I've never subscribed to the go to college, get the job, 9 to 5, get married, similar to, it just,
I don't know if you saw at the end, like I was just smiling for most of it until I started crying. It reminded me of being in theater school. I think that was the first time I felt like, because I was in a school with a bunch of weirdos, and I mean that with so much love. That was the first time I found people that kind of accepted me somewhat. It just made me feel seen, because I've always just wanted to do my own thing like that. And, you know, mine's more metaphorical on the road, I guess. Because I'm not actually doing that, but like just the way I'm that free spirit. I'm sure you've realized that. And I think that's why sometimes I can be misconstrued. I've tried to say that twice and just really screwed that up. Misconstrued. Wow. Yeah, I feel like I often am misconstrued because I have a young spirit, a young heart, we'll say. I do have an old soul, though, I'll tell you that. I don't know if you've seen that yet, but I do. There's a darkness in there that gives me wisdom and an old soul. But I often present with this youthfulness, this joyful, youthful, emotional person that comes off, I understand, as, if you don't see through it, I guess, if you don't see the depth there, it could be, you know, infantilized maybe. Yeah. I think that's why I got a little emotional with some of the comments that were like, oh, you, even though they were, I know, they were all jokes that were like, oh, you can't handle ultraviolence and you're not ready for it or whatever. I know, I completely understand that those were jokes. I totally get it. Fact of the matter is, it hit a button, I guess, if you could say, because I'm often infantilized because of that youthful young spirit that I have and that I admit. People see that as maybe weakness or, oh, she's so sensitive. She can't, like, what you don't understand is that I'm one of the strongest people I know. And I'm not saying that as like a, but like really, like I have pulled myself out of some of the darkest things that people don't come out of. I have crawled my way and pulled my way out. And I'm here laughing and joyful and joking around here and sharing my emotions. I'm sorry, I am a fucking gladiator, okay? So don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, there's depth. Okay, Tropico. Water again. Water was a big thing. Big theme in Blue Jeans music video. Drowning, being pulled under.
And the spirit of John moved upon the face of the waters. And John said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And John saw that it was good.
And I was right about the religious themes. Wow, okay. Oh. Oh. Oh, Marilyn. And Jesus and Elvis. Oh my God. I don't remember. What are the songs? Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna hear them. It's just like, I want to be mentally prepared. I think we've got, what do we got coming up? Body Electric. Oh, Gods and Monsters, that's why. And then Bel Air, right? Oh, I hope I have that right. I don't want to be disappointed. So it's like all her little gang in her head is like, remember she's like talking, of course you remember, you've fucking heard this over the last 9 years. Anyways, This is an unhinged reaction, and I'm not sorry about that.
Thank you.
I don't understand who the looks like a Civil War guy
I
or
want to
something.
tell you where you're
Oh
at.
no, he's like
You're
he's
with
not
me,
Civil
and-
War. He's like a cowboy. Is he a cowboy? That makes more sense than a Civil War guy. I don't know why that would be coming up. A cowboy? I mean, she's kind of a cowboy, so that makes sense. Okay, Val, just stop and just enjoy the. I'm gonna watch it
There
again.
was
Sorry.
light, and John saw that it was good.
Another unfurling rose, right? That means a lot. I mean, I'm interpreting it as like growth and layers. I wonder if that's like the cowboy is like her dad. I don't know, just a theory. Or like that kind of figure. I don't know. Okay, so we're like in the Garden of Evil. Eden.
Thank you.
I want to tell you where you're at. You're with me in this campsite, and I'm going to teach you how to be cowboys. Now, if you want to be tough cowboys, I don't want to hear you crying. I don't want to hear you belly aching. You got to get on that horse and ride. And don't be afraid. Wear your boots up high, your pants low, and your
Sex is a
hat
part of
in a
nature.
good way.
I go along with nature.
This is like getting inside her mind. Sorry. I just imagined this being like Lana or Lizzie Grant, we could say, walking around the world, and this is what's going on in her head. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like it is. Somewhat. And I just realized, too, that glamorous, obviously, we're making connections. I know they're very obvious, but I'm still, it takes me a second, okay? But yeah, the whole Marilyn Monroe thing is exactly that persona. Yeah. Yeah, you can totally see the influence of Marilyn Monroe, but you can also see the influence of, like, you know, you could see the religious of, like, maybe Jesus and Mary, because she's also, from what I've heard, is also a very loving, deeply loving and giving human being, which, I mean, that is Jesus to me. That's at least my interpretation of Jesus, is just love, literal, like just love. That's, he exudes love. God, and then the cowboy, is another, these are like her little parts that live on in her head. And I'm not trying to say that she's crazy, although she said she's crazy, but I think we all have these little parts of ourselves. These are like the little parts in her head, the little characters that live in her head that make her her. Oh my God.
When you get on there, don't be jerking. Just ride nice and soft. You can do it.
And I don't know who Elvis
Believe
is,
me,
the rock
ride
star
with the
part of
wind.
her, I guess.
Don't complain. Never say you're sorry. Sorry is a sign of weakness. I don't want you to go back to your mama, because I'll run you back out.
And lead us not into temptation.
You're a good kid. All you little cowboys will do a good job for me. Just make sure you do it, Pilgrim, because I'll be watching.
Life can change on a dime. Sometimes you just have to gamble.
Yeah, baby. That's what it is. That's what it's all about.
Amen.
Don't forget to write to your mama.
This is so cool. Oh, it's a freaking unicorn! God.
Elvis is my daddy, Marilyn's my mother, Jesus is my bestest friend.
Yeah.
We don't need nobody, cause we got each other.
Oh, I forgot.
Or at least I
In my head, this stuff was in Gods and Monsters. Like in my head for some reason. So I was like not expecting. Anyways, this is insane. Now it's all coming together. I am getting okay, when I listen to Paradise or Born to Die now, I literally just put it on from beginning to end. I don't really skip songs. There really isn't a skippable song. I'm being honest about that. Like, I skip some Taylor Swift songs. Don't come for me. Taylor is still mother, okay? But I do, if I'm being honest. And maybe I will later. I don't know. But right now, there's no skippable songs on either of these records. And my point to that is they all kind of run into another. Like, they all kind of, I don't know the individual songs yet, where it's like, you know, you ask me about this specific song and I might not even remember like which one it is, because they all kind of just like, it's a full experience for me. Anyways, that's why I screwed that up. Anyways, okay, let's keep going or we're never gonna freaking get through this.
we get
The Lamb, I love it.
Friday night, dancing and grinding in the pale moonlight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't help it. I'm just like, I'm obsessed with these things. Again, we've got magical and innocence of the unicorn and the little lambs, purity. I think that's kind of what they symbolize, but then now we're like getting down, like we're sexy, we're again those opposites. Juxtaposition. It's beautiful. It's so cool how she plays with those. I'm obsessed with it.
I sing the body electric.
Yeah.
I sing the body electric, baby. I sing the body electric. I sing the body electric. Sing that body
And the Elvis, that's amazing. Oh my god.
I'm on fire. Sing that body electric. Diamonds are my bestest friend.
Snake.
Heaven is my baby, suicide's a father, opulence is the end. We get down every Friday night, dancing and grinding in the pale moonlight.
yeah.
And I pray we're feeling
She's being
alright.
seduced
Mary prays the rosary for my
by, you
broken
could say, by the
mind.
devil or by
I say, baby,
just worldliness. I think it's more, but that is a symbol as well.
Sing the body electric, sing that body electric, sing that body electric. I'm on fire, sing that body electric. And all the photographs say you're still young.
Oh, Marilyn's like, yes! That's
Go
amazing.
about the world like
What a
I'm having
beautiful
fun. We
video.
get
Look at the
crazy
colors.
every Friday night. Drop it like it's hot in the pale moonlight. When all I pray, feeling alright. Mary, I sing the body electric. I sing the body electric.
Again, it's like-
baby.
I hate talking over it, so that's why I like to stop. But yeah, again, we're switching to Mary and then switching back to, you know, the sexy Eve or whatever, this character, this sexy Lana character. And, you know, both of those, or how I'm interpreting it, is like they both live in her, right? We're complex human beings. And I talked a lot about that with women's sexuality in the last video as well. And I'm sure we're going to see more of that. But yeah, you know, it's cool to see so many different sides, because as women, as humans, we're all very complex beings with many different desires and motivators, and yeah, this is, I can't believe I slept on this, but I really believe things happen for a reason, and maybe I was meant to do this, what I'm doing. I don't know, that sounds so cliche and silly. But seriously, it feels really good to do this with you guys, so I guess that's what I mean by that.
Sing the body electric. I sing the body electric. Sing the body electric. Sing the body.
I didn't say it in the video because I was describing other things, and obviously our thoughts are complex and we have a million different thoughts. At least I do. My thoughts run like in my brain constantly, which is why sometimes I have a hard time expressing them verbally. But I will say the colors used in these dance sequences where, you know, she's doing what I said she was gonna do. That's what I saw. I saw like sexy slow motion dancing, which is exactly what I'm being shown here, which is perfect. That means she obviously, you know, she did create that image just sonically, right? But also the colors, the blues and the reds, that's exactly what I saw. I mean, I didn't see it in the garden. I should have, knowing what the song is talking about. But I saw blues and reds. Blues, red. Blues, red. Okay. So she took from the apple. Oh no, innocence is gone. Marilyn Monroe is horrified that the innocence is gone. And she would be. Oh! Oh! This is like the best thing I've ever seen. At least in this moment, I don't know, it feels like that. This is wild. This is wild. I loved that. Everything about that Marilyn Monroe, because Marilyn is sexy and female sexuality, but in such a coy. She's the coy way, right? And the sweet and innocent and kind of plays up that youth. And she was like, no, you went too far with that. You have to stay coy. And Lana's like, no, but I want it. I want the apple. So I'm doing it. This is blowing my mind. Okay. Oh, okay. So we're maybe
I
back
sing the
in.
body electric. The armies of those I love engirth me, and I engirth them. They will not let me off till I go with them, respond to them,
Man, you've got to be crazy.
and discorrupt them, and charge them full
going
with the
there with
charge
her.
of the soul.
Oh, beautiful. Did she write all this? Oh, we're back in reality now. Okay.
Womanhood, and all that is a woman, and the man that comes from woman.
Okay. So she's a
The
stripper.
womb, the tits, nipples, breast milk, tears, laughter, weeping, love looks, love perturbations, and risings.
This is what I'm talking about. Complex.
The voice, articulation.
The cola. Music cowboy.
Language. Whisper.
I can't imagine how many women feel so seen. Beautiful. I think it was amazing. I think it's amazing that she's representing strippers here, or, you know, SWs. because they're also human beings with complex feelings, and sometimes I feel like society often, women in general sometimes doesn't see women as, as human as men sometimes, and it's even worse for SWs. And so I think it's really cool that she is showing this in such a beautiful way, nuanced way.
Whispering, shouting aloud. Food, drink, pulse, digestion, sweat, sleep. Walking, swimming, poise on the hips.
Again, blowing bubbles, joyful, innocence, cutting straight to the stripper scene. Brilliant. It's fucking brilliant. That's all I can say. Ooh, I love her hair.
Leaping, reclining, embracing, arm curving and tightening. The continual change of the flex of the mouth. And around the eyes.
I'm missing some of this again. Yeah, it's almost like it's almost too stimulating for my brain to handle, like everything at once, because like I said, because I focus in on things, like I will focus in on like the visuals if that's really stimulating for me, and I literally missed all of the words that she whispered that first time, which is why I went back and I obviously got way more out of it, but I also wasn't watching the visuals because I don't know, I love my brain. I love the way it works because I really do dive deep into things. It forces me to dive deep into things, but also it makes it... So think about it this way. I am not able to see things from a bird's eye point of view. I collect... It's like I collect little fragments and little pieces, and then I'm able to connect them at the end. And I believe brains that aren't neurodivergent like mine, they're able to see this as a full bird's eye picture, which is amazing. That's really cool too. But for me, like I said, I'm collecting these little pieces and these little fragments, and eventually we'll end up on a similar way. It's just that the way I process it is different than other people. And I know I do also have a lot of neurodivergence in my community, and I'm sure you guys might be able to relate to that, but that's the best way I can kind of explain to you. So that's why I dive deep into the smallest little things, and eventually, after I've watched it a few times, I'll have a really good picture, but it'll be like a super fleshed out picture though too. I just didn't necessarily get it all on the first, like I can't just get it all on the first thing because my brain wants to just like a little squirrel, just like collecting little nuts everywhere.
The curious sympathy one feels when feeling with the hand the naked meat of the body, the circling rivers, the breath, and breathing it in and out. The beauty of the waist and thence of the hips and thence downward towards the knees. The thin red jellies within you or within me, the bones and the marrow in the bones, the exquisite realization of health. Oh, I say, these are not the parts and poems of the body only, but of the soul. Oh, I say now, these are the soul.
This is what I've been saying with the different parts. This is what I've been saying. Okay, so now we're gonna be in that.
In the land of gods and
Okay.
monsters, I was an angel. Living in the garden of evil, screwed up, scared, doing anything that I needed.
Yeah.
Shining like a fiery beacon.
I wanted to mention, because I missed this in my first reaction, and this lyric really hit me hard after, so I just wanted to quickly talk about it with the, what is it?
Oh.
Shining like a fiery beacon. Like, how did I miss that? Well, I think I was talking, I mean, you saw how fragmented that last friggin' reaction was. I was stopping after every line because every line was freaking inspiring me. And I was annoying people in the comments. But again, we're not doing it for everybody. This isn't for everybody. I am not for everybody. That is for sure. This brain is not for everybody, and that's okay. Yeah, shining like a fiery beacon. So what do I want to say about that? I have so many, I could write an essay on that. So what do I want to say right now about that? Okay, so shining, like shining bright is usually seen as such a good thing, right? Like your light, like people can say to you, like you are shining like a bright light, like you're so beautiful and attractive, and your soul is, you know, if you're someone that has a lot of love, and you know, those kind of people that just like exude joyfulness and happiness, and it's like, oh, their light is so bright, and you can, okay, but what happens to those people, right? Those people, yes, they attract like-minded people and like good people who appreciate their goodness and that light, and people want to like be in the presence of those kind of people because they shine so bright. And it's nice to be in the presence of people like that, because it's almost like you get a little hit of energy from them because their energy is so bright and beautiful. But it also becomes a magnet for people who can use and abuse you, right? Because a lot of people see that as maybe a weakness, or like might be uncomfortable by that, and might want to kind of dim that light. So that line, shining like a fiery beacon, it's, to me, especially in this context where we're talking about kind of the darker side of LA and California and the industry life and things like that. Yeah. And we talk a lot about like innocence lost as well. So that to me like kind of proves my point with that feeling. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that because I thought that was beautiful. And maybe she's describing how she could have for a time lost a little bit of that because people like may have kind of I mean, she was a beacon, like like, you know, come get me, I'm this beautiful, innocent, amazing, loving soul, come and corrupt me. Yay, you know? Anyways.
You got that medicine I need. Fame, liquor, love, kick me and God, we don't get along. So now I see no one's gonna take my soul away. I'm living like Jim Morrison, headed towards a fucked up holiday. Motel's breeze, and I'm singing, fuck yeah, give it to me, this is heaven, what I truly want. It's innocence lost. Innocence lost.
But she's not It's innocence lost, but she's not afraid to admit that she liked it. Part of her really liked it, and that's okay. She's human. It's okay that she liked getting lost in that world. It's real. That's so real of her.
I was an angel looking to get fucked hard like a groupie.
That's an image.
Incognito posing. I'd stay. I said, baby, that's alright with me. No one's gonna take my soul away. I'm living like Jim Morrison, and it was a fucked up holiday.
I mean, in all of these shots, they are all very different, and again, playing with opposites, but in all of them, she's free.
Is innocence lost? Innocence lost. For I must have you unknown.
You know it's not gonna always be this way, right?
Yeah.
So just chill, right?
Yeah.
Just remember, I'm always there for you.
The hope.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna have to take it to a curb. How about that?
In honor of Jack's birthday tonight, I thought I'd bring somebody here tonight that Jack could jack off to. Ladies. Ladies.
Almighty, bring my temperature rising.
Oh, this is uncomfortable.
I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed by madness, starving, hysterical, naked, dragging themselves through the Negro streets at dawn, looking for an angry fix. Angel-headed hipsters burning for the ancient heavenly connection to the starry dynamo and the machinery of night. Who poverty and tatters and hollow-eyed and high sat up smoking in the supernatural darkness of cold water flats, floating across the tops of cities, contemplating jazz. Who bared work, who ate fire in paint hotels, or drank turpentine in Paradise Alley, death or purgatoried their torsos night after night with dreams, with drugs.
I'm telling you right now, this poetry, I could spend the whole video trying to, and I would want to, because it was, we can't. We just can't right now. We can't. So I'm gonna keep it going. But yeah, I stopped it at a part where obviously we're gonna have a new, and I purposely wasn't watching what was going on because I already had an idea of like this scene, right? And I wanted to listen to what she was saying, and I can't listen to it when I'm seeing this like kind of uncomfortable male gaze shit. And I understand, it's beautiful. It's not what am I trying to say? I love what she's trying to do is what I'm trying to say. I have a lot of thoughts on it, and I'm having a hard time processing all of it. It really feels like she's kind of calling out a lot of the bullshit that we as humans, she's very real, and I've said this so many times. She's not afraid to lean into some of the darker sides of being a human, especially in the entertainment industry. And yeah, that's the overall, I have a hard time. As I explained, I have a hard time because I'm a squirrel. But the overall feeling that I'm getting is that we're people pretending to be, I don't know why I'm getting that, but I feel like I'm getting called out for pretending to be someone I'm not. Does that make any sense at all in this context? I don't know. It's the overall feeling I'm having.
With waking nightmares.
it's really interesting because it's like she's showing, it's almost confusing because it's part of me is like, and I hate this, which is why I think she's doing it. I think that's what's brilliant about this piece right now, this little part. Because part of me is like, oh, thank God when these people come in, because they're breaking up this scene that was so, it's like two different groups of, I don't like saying bad people because I really don't think it's black and white like that, but the way that the images are, we're just going to generalize there. It's like two separate groups of bad people. And then, you know, like one is having this party and I don't know, I think we're supposed to be uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable watching that, the way that they're commodifying these women, which obviously these women, like, they have, don't confuse the fact that I understand that these women are making that choice and they're empowered in that choice. That's not what I'm saying, but it still is uncomfortable to watch those men, and obviously they were being extremely overt about it, and so yes, it's uncomfortable to see. And then you see these people, these other bad people come in, and part of me was like, oh, thank God that's being broken up, you know? And it's like, I shouldn't be, it's confusing, and it's meant to confuse you, and it's meant to make you really think about your opinions on these issues and people in general, and the nuances of people. Anyways. And then you have the guys with the guns that are coming in, the other bad guys, and they've got crosses on their necks, or some of them, I think. So again, we're all very complex human beings, I think, is the main point that she's making here.
Get the fuck down, bitch! Get the fuck up! Get the fuck up! Stay the fuck down! You got something else? Look at any of y'all motherfuckers move, I swear to God, I'll bust a fucking cap.
And so, from being created in
Oh,
his
it's him!
likeness
It isn't!
to being banished for wanting to be too much like him, we were cast out, and the Garden of Eden transformed into the Garden of Evil. Los Angeles, the city of angels, the land of gods and monsters, the in-between realm where only the choices made from your free will decide your soul's final fate.
Oh.
Some poets called it the entrance to the underworld, but on some summer nights, it could feel like paradise. Paradise lost.
Yes! This is what I was saying! This is what I was saying when she's like, she understands the darkness of it all. She's not naive, and she's also unapologetic that she likes it. Sometimes. Not all the time, but definitely parts of her like it. Beautiful. This is... Oh my God. This could be studied in university. Like, why isn't? This is...
Yes, be.
No, but seriously. This is... This is so beautiful. This is a beautiful piece of art. Well, like, this literally could be studied. Is it? It should be. Why isn't there a Lana Del Rey class in university? Because people have their heads up their ass.
Boy, a lover? Well, give me
angry.
time. I'll explain. Have you ever seen a Kansas sunset or Arizona rain? Have you ever drifted on the bayou down the Louisiana way? Or watched the cold fall come drifting in over San Francisco Bay? Have you heard of Bob White calling in the Carolina Pines? Or hear the bellow of a diesel down the Appalachia mines? Does the call of Niagara thrill you when you hear her waters roar? Or do you look in all in wonder? Massachusetts shore, a brave new man
I need
first
to
stepped
know
on
what
Plymouth
that
Rock.
was. Was that a rosary or was that just
What's the
jewelry? Because those are two very different things. Meanings.
Does the call of Niagara thrill you
I think
when
it
you
might
hear
just
her
be
waters
jewelry,
roar?
but at first I was
Or
thinking
do you look and all
rosary,
in
and I was like,
wonder?
that's a different thing.
Massachusetts shore where brave new men first stepped on Plymouth Rock. And do you think of them when you stroll along a New York City dock? Have you seen a snowflake drifting in the Rockies way up high? Or see the sun come blazing down from a bright Nevada sky? Do you hail to the Columbia as she rushes to the sea? Or
I have no idea if this is, but to me, the way I'm interpreting this, and I don't know, I don't care if it is or not true, but this cowboy is this is not the cowboy is her dad or her father, but the cowboy is that figure. He just is. That is my truth. That is my truth.
Value headed Gettysburg and our struggles to be free. You ask me why I love her? I got a million reasons why. It's my beautiful America beneath God's wide, wide sky.
In paradise. Ooh, that's like baptism almost. Again, water at the beginning. Jeez, I called it. Yes, strong religious themes, baptism. We're in heaven. We are in heaven now. We've changed from the dark, the black, into white robes that you would have, or that you would imagine in heaven. This is so cool. That's a beautiful tree. I swear, I love trees. Oh. Oh my god, no! Why is she in my brain? Okay, so, never seen this in my entire life, okay? I'm not gonna get too personal, but just picture this. I'm in therapy. That's the most hilarious thing I've ever said. I'm not gonna get too personal, but I'm in therapy and... Sorry. I gotta make myself laugh, right? And my therapist wants me, because this is when I was really learning some more tools of how to regulate my nervous system, especially when I get very dysregulated. And so my therapist is trying to get me to find this, like, my safe place, or my, place where I feel the most calm. And so she's getting me to, we're doing like a visualization, and she's getting me to describe what I'm seeing around me, okay? No joke, it is 95% this scene right here. I literally was like, I'm walking through a field and I can feel the I didn't even know, I still don't know how to describe whatever those golden thing, like, what is that? Anybody who knows what that is, let me know, because it always comes up in my, whatever that field stuff, the golden stuff. And in the distance is like this beautiful landscape and like trees and mountains, but I'm in this field, and I've never seen this before, but I described this. So to me, it just feels like she's in my brain. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I'm just unoriginal, I guess. Why is Lana in my special place? I'm teasing. Beautiful.
gargoyles standing at the front of your gate, trying to tell me to wait, but I can't wait to see you. Roses, Bel Air, take me back. I've been waiting to meet you.
I need to see that.
I don't wanna be bad, I won't cheat you no more. Roses, Bel Air, take me back. I've been waiting to meet you.
Like little glitches.
Palm trees in the light, I can see late at night, darling.
The little glitches. Is it like Dark Paradise where she's like here in her mind in heaven with her love and she's having these little glitches back to reality? I don't know. That's what I'm
I'm waiting to greet you. Come to me, baby.
Which sucks. Just let her live in paradise.
That baby. Bel Air, take me back. I've been waiting to meet you. Palm trees in the light, I can see late at night, darling. I'm waiting to greet you. Come to me, baby. Don't be afraid of me. Don't be ashamed. Walk in the way of my soft resurrection. Light of roses, iconic soul. I know your name. Lead me to war with your brilliant directions.
I just had another thought. Remember I was talking about soft resurrection and when I first heard it, I was thinking it was alluding to like a transformation of some kind, which it could. I think you still could interpret it that way. But I was thinking in this context, watching this film and the way she's playing with like realities, basically different realities, heaven, like paradise, and like hell, and like purgatory, and reality in this life. Is she talking to her love who's up in heaven? Well, what does she say? What does she say? I don't know. I just get the feeling like it's like she feels bad for leaving sometimes this fantasy to live her real life, and that soft resurrection is her like coming back to life, to reality. I don't know. That's what I'm getting from this.
Waiting to meet you. Remedy, sunshine, can you fake the side of mine? Darling, I'm waiting to greet you. Come to me, baby.
This is a super leap, okay? It is a leap. It's a massive leap, and I understand that. And there's like a 5% chance that she even thought about this when she wrote it. Like, really, honestly, I think this is me taking a leap. I think this is me associating something and like fitting it in the puzzle, and I get that. I totally understand it. Like I said, there's a 5% chance that she did this on purpose. But grenadine sunshine. Okay, so grenadine you put in the drink, the virgin drink, Shirley Temple. I don't know. It just kind of goes, my brain went there. Like I said, I'm not interpreting this as this is exactly what I don't think this is, but I just find it interesting that my brain did that because, or like associated it with that drink. And then the string of thought from there was the actual actress, Shirley Temple, who again embodies innocence and sunshine. I really don't think. I just wanted to share that little thought that I had because I thought it was an interesting thought. Oh, yeah. Oh.
You're
I was thinking
always
about
on my
Grenadine
mind.
and missed that they were going up in heaven.
You were always on my mind.
That was an incredible piece of art. Can she write a full film? I mean, it'd be very abstract. It'd be very abstract, so I'm sure it wouldn't be like popular to the masses. But I mean, she's got enough fan base that, you know, there's enough of us now that we would go see it. Right? I don't have much to wrap it up. I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm usually pretty overwhelmed when I do a reaction like this. So unfortunately, I don't have anything intelligent to say at the end here, but hopefully you got my little squirrel collections as we went. That's why I do it that way, because that's how my brain works. But yeah, if you asked me to sum up everything I just freaking watched, it's a big mess in my head. But that was amazing. I'm so glad I did that. Similar to doing the music videos for just the first Born to Die, where I feel like I really made some important connections watching that. Yeah, it's kind of blown my mind a bit. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. That's all I'm gonna say on that. I'm super excited. The plan, so you'll be watching this video on YouTube on a Saturday. Well, I mean, if you come to the premiere, I'm sure there's also people like in the future, maybe 5 years from now. Hey, but the people who are here in 2024 and in October, it'll be October. Tomorrow, I'm going to be dropping the live performances video of Paradise. And then next week, I'm going to do a discussion on the Saturday, same time that we always do. And then on the Sunday, I'm going to go live on YouTube for the first time in years. I'm terrified, but I really want to push myself to do this. I want to do a kind of ranking of both albums, or, you know, Born to Die and Paradise, song ranking, and like kind of just discussion of each song kind of as we're going, because my discussion video I think is going to be more talking about, in a broad sense, themes, general themes, and I'm not necessarily going to talk about every little single song in that. And so the live, I thought it would be fun to kind of almost do it with you guys, and, you know, you can, I don't know, you can let me know your opinions and how you hate my opinions on where I'm ranking songs and things like that. I just thought it would be fun to do that live, you know, and if you're 5 years in the future, you can just watch them all in an order now. It should be in the playlist, so have fun with that. You don't have to wait 2 weeks for that. Anyways, I'm leaving it here. That was amazing. We healed together during that one. That was fun and embarrassing, but ultimately amazing. Have a wonderful rest of your day and week, and I'll see you for the next one.